This week is about navigating current economic changes because the reality is that where we are at versus where our parents were, or even things were 20 years ago, have changed. And we are not behind. This episode took me a while. You voted on this on Instagram, and it took me a while to really like center myself and really come from a space of abundance, come from a space of reality, and also a space of no fear mongering. Okay, it's just like a reality check how I'm navigating this current economic, times and changes and the reality of it. And I'm really gonna take you behind the scenes, which is kind of scary for me. Um, yeah, because being vulnerable, like with your life and what's going on and how you're navigating changes, is very vulnerable for me. It's a big thing. Um, I've always have struggled with change. So with that, let's get to it. So first is our mindset. Okay. And you may be like, oh, so let's try and be positive. Like, no, everything in life is our outlook, right? Like, I'm going to use this example, which I know it's very redundant, but like lemons, right? You can make lemonade out of it or just drink it straight and it's sour. So a lot of it is our mindset. And I really want to talk about that. And I'm going to give you some examples throughout the episode, why that's so important. But if we are not in a good headspace, my first thing would be like, what are we consuming? So what I'm doing is I'm staying off news. I'm trying to stay off social media. It's also negative. Like a lot of it's negativity, and I don't want that feeding me, right? Like when I wake up in the morning, today was the first day I did it, and it feels so different. I didn't go into my social media. I didn't go to like check my emails right away. I had a moment to just sit with myself. And it just centered me for the day so differently than when I go straight to social media, because whether I want to or not, there's always somebody posting about, like what's going on and you better be careful and you better storage things, right? All these fear things. And I'm like, I don't want to start my day like that. So first of all is mindset, and what are we allowing in our mind? What are we allowing in our everyday lives, right? So news for me, I've been really staying out of it. I'm not trying to be naive or, like in my own bubble, but I kind of am. I am protecting my energy. Whether you believe it or not, I feel like media is really, a lot of it, you can look into studies, it's fear-based. It's supposed to keep you engaged, keep you on there as long as they can. And with that, it's fear. When have you heard of a happy story on a news channel? Very rare, especially on the big ones. So, like I just stay off that. The other one, social media. Yes, I use it for work, but I'm very strategic on how to use it. I'm not trying to doom scroll or just go through things or go into a negative headspace. So I'm very careful who I follow and what I interact with. And number 3 is people. Like, this is going to sound very harsh, but I'm here just to share my reality of how navigating this changes. I don't want to be around negative people, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like negativity feeds negativity, right? Happiness feeds happiness. Like, there's people in this world. I've lived in a third world country before when I was younger, and we were so happy. There was times when we didn't have money, but we were so happy. There's times when we had money. I've had money in my life, and I've been happy too. There's times where I've been neutral, and I've been happy too. And I've learned to be really happy with neutrality. So I don't allow money to dictate my life. It's really, for me, my life lesson, and what I'm going to be dealing with for my rest of my life is dealing with neutrality, right? Not allowing money or things to bring me happiness, but the neutrality of being outside and looking at the butterflies, being outside and looking at my lavender plants that are blossoming and looking beautiful and purple, the joys of like little things. So look into your life. Where can you bring joy in your life and have gratitude? So navigating these changes. Number 2 is gratitude for what we do have. Want comes from a lower vibration than, with contentment or happiness, right? I always look at, and I have to thank this Queen Harvey. She got this from some other author, but she has this scale on her Patreon. She has a scale of like, if you're angry, how low it is vibration versus happiness, or even contentment, right? Go a little bit up. Happiness is really up there, right? And it's just like sometimes just being sad to being, like okay or neutral, right? You raise your vibration a little bit more, because we can't always be happy, right? So for me, it's really about contentment in my life and being grateful for what I do have. So what are the things that you do have right now? I've been talking to many business owners, like other people in my industry, just all realms, okay? Like outside of our industry, there's people that haven't worked at all this year. And that's really hard. Like there's people that have gone from big businesses, from, like team of 20 down to just the business owner working now. They don't know what they're going to do with their business. There's a lot of changes going on right now that are affecting people. So I practice gratitude. I'm grateful for what I do have, for the brides I have, for the clients I have, for the food I have, for the shelter I have. So practicing gratitude is such a big booster, morale booster, for the clothes that you have, the food that you have, all the opportunities that you have. Maybe you got a scholarship, right? Like I'm so grateful my son got a scholarship. I'm so grateful my kid's gonna start soccer. I'm grateful that I have some friends in her soccer league so that I can talk to the parents there. I'm so grateful we get to be more outside, even though it gets cold and I'm like waking up at 8 in the morning sometimes, or 7 in the morning to go to soccer. But I'm just gratitude, right? Like the gratitude of it, like what that little thing of her doing soccer, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. It's like, I'm so grateful I get to be more outside and enjoy the weather and cheer her on, and our family be outside. So really, it's, gratitude is such a big one, especially right now during this time. Gratitude for what you do have. And empathy is, number 3 would be empathy. Like, I don't know what everybody else is feeling. I don't know what you may be going through, but I can think or imagine what it would be like to be in your shoes. Does not mean that I understand, but it means I probably have a feeling to be like, you know what, like they're having a hard time. I'm going to have a little bit of empathy towards that person. So I think that's really important right now, to just really practice empathy for other people, for what they're feeling. It's really, really, really important, because we're all like struggle in our own things differently, right? And, number 4 is change. I feel like with life, Mama, go outside. I'll be out there. There's my kid. Just with life and everything, change is always happening all the time. Like nothing ever stays consistent in our lives, and things are constantly evolving. For me, I'm in a big season of change. I'm having like 2 kids still in elementary school, and I have another one that's grown up, right, and started to do his own life journey. And he's an adult, considered an adult now, which I have my own feelings about that. But that's stuff for today's episode. So I'm navigating with a lot of changes right now. And I'm giving myself grace, and I give myself space. So during this time, it actually worked out for me, because I wanted to take some time off. And it's just beautiful how taking that time off has given me time to also give back to other people and other things that I'm really passionate about that has nothing to do with business. And that makes me feel good. So just navigating change with grace, right? Like, what does that mean for you? Maybe for you, it's like, you know what, I'm going to take on a new hobby. Maybe for you, it's like, okay, I have this extra time. What can I do that feeds my soul, makes me happy? Sometimes just going on a walk is enough, or just being able to have, a cup of water in peace and in quietness in the morning. It's enough. Like, we don't have to be productive all the time. And I feel like we have always been just so conditioned to heal ourselves and be productive and do more and maintain this like the false sense of linear life, which is not. If you think about life, right, like we go ups and downs and we change and evolve, and it really has peaks and valleys. So for me, from a person that struggles actually with change, it has been really helpful to just really look at life. Like, life is constantly changing, so enjoy the seasons of it. Be in the present right now and what you do have and the opportunities that you get to have at this moment, because things do change all the time. And I really want to share something very vulnerable for me. It's like, we had something really drastically change at the beginning of the year for my husband. And I had a feeling it was going to change. And he was like, no, it's not going to change. I'm like, no, dude, like, I feel like that's going to change. And it did. And it made me step up to become, like the main provider for her home, for her family. And I haven't done that in a while. Like, I used to do that all the time. And in the beginning, like, that's how it was for us. But I was like, wow, like I'm like, this, it feels different, right? So we had to switch roles and do things a little bit different. And I learned so much from that. I was like, wow, I learned like my own power. So rather than being in a negative state of like, oh, this sucks, or what's going on, or going down the doom of, oh my goodness, like being like sadness from that movie of gloom. I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me. What can I do? And I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about putting myself out there. I learned so much about being able to grow my business and grow my bookings without having to post every day, like literally. I was like so impressed. I always looked at my numbers and analytics to make decisions, and it was just such a good learning lesson for me. Very, very good learning lesson for me. And as I'm saying this, like this light bulb moment just came, which I'm gonna go check my analytics after this episode because something just literally clicked. And that's what I mean, right? Like navigating that change, and now we're back to where we're about to switch off, where he comes first, income's gonna come first from him and second from me. And so that's nice. I'm like, okay, so see, it was the temporary change, right? He's like, yeah, the thing is temporary, and it was. And it was just such a beautiful feeling for me and for him just to learn to rely on each other and to really be okay that our roles can switch and change. And instead of judging each other, we're just there for each other. And part of that too is like, I really want to talk with navigating economic changes about materialism, okay? And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. Consumerism and capitalism is something that is very ingrained in our culture here in the US, I feel, than other countries. And that's just from my own experience from having lived at another country. So the reality is that we're, like, oh, get the bigger house, get the nicer car, get the nicer things. I was the type of person, I've told you, like I used to get a brand new car every 2 years, and I only wore designer things. Like that used to be me. Now Celeste goes like thrifting. She loves it. I don't buy things all the time. I switch up my clothes from summer to winter, winter to summer, with the seasons. And that's how come my clothes look so different. Some of the outfits I have, a lot of people love in my pictures and photo shoots and things. And like when I go to events and things, but it's because it's old stuff that I literally like, upcycle all the time, and reuse all the time. So I've changed a lot, and it's been years in the making to release myself from this over consumerism type of mentality. That's why I stopped for a long time promoting things and working with brands, because I didn't want to continue with helping with the problem of over consumerism and capitalism. So now I feel like I found a good middle ground that makes me feel good about it. So things are going to start changing in my own Instagram and how I do business, because I have a new mindset and I have a new way where I can be in between the line, where I can help people with what they have without having to be like, hey, go buy this so you can have this result, because that's BS. You don't need to buy new things. And, I'll be teaching that in my Instagram. So if you want to go follow Celeste the Stylist, I'll be doing that on there. But so number one is like releasing the identity that if you have more, you're more. Our worth is not determined by what we own and how much we make and our work. Our worth is determined by who we are. It all starts from inside, right? If we have self-love, like self-compassion, self-worth, that comes all from inside. It comes from the self. All the answers that we want, it comes from ourselves. What's your next move? It always comes from within you. Have you ever noticed how you ask people for advice on what you should do next, but in the reality at the end, you're the one who's making the decision, right? Like it should be coming from you, following your intuition, your gut feelings, your prayers, the answer to your prayers, whatever it is that you believe in, right? So I think it's so important that we start taking back our life into what really means to be happy. And I'm 40 years old now, and I have a lot of people around me who are older than me, who are 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a lot of them are getting sick, or all of a sudden they have this big grand plan of retirement, and like health is not there, so they can no longer do that, and things change like in a spur of a moment, right? And one of the biggest pieces of advice I've gotten from them, because they're so knowledgeable, and I'm so grateful to have older friends, is that live life for now. If you want to go take that vacation, take it right now. If you want to go do, like, you have a dream or to start something, go do it right now. You know, like, the beautiful thing about failing is, like, failing is part of success, in regards to, if you fail and you learn from it, you will be successful. If you fail and you don't learn from it and you keep doing that, of course you're going to fail. But I always look at failure or making a mistake as, I'm going to learn from this and don't do that again, right? So, like, that's always my mentality with everything I do in life, because I don't know everything, and I've had to learn things from zero. I didn't know hair, you know, I had to learn about it and invest time making mistakes and fixing my mistakes, and also learning what worked, what didn't work, and investment in products and knowledge and classes that were a waste of money and time. So there's so much stuff that goes into it, and that's why, like, I'm trying to tell you, it's like, it's so important that we really, like, acknowledge, like, what is meaningful in life. And for me, like, my life right now, it's like, I'm so grateful we're healthy. I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head, you know. And for some people, be like, well, it's so easy for you, like, you know, you have a home. Yeah, but I'm not attached to it. And I think detachment is the key to happiness in this time right now, with all the economic changes, is to detach yourself. If you have to, sell a car so that you're more financially able to breathe and enjoy your life and go on vacation, sell that car, right? There's detachment in that. If I have to sell my house because, like, it's just, I have a better opportunity to have better quality of life and, you know, own a home outright, maybe somewhere else, having that detachment is going to bring that peace of mind, right? So there's so much importance with detachment, even with our work, even with posting on social media. I haven't posted for a while because, I'm going to be honest and transparent, it has been really hard for me just having people that I love lose people due to illnesses or become ill themselves. And being 40 and having people who are only 15, 20, 25 years older than you being that sick really makes you rethink about life. And some people call it midlife crisis. For me, it's not midlife crisis. For me, it's like life realizations, right? I'm not 20, I'm 40 years old. And people close to me, and, like, it just giving me a reset in my mind of what I truly value, what I want out of my life, right? So when you go on social media and you post for your business, how can you utilize this, right? Detach from the results. If you only get 5 likes, be grateful. 5 people liked it, but you got 500 views. 500 people got eyes on your stuff. Like, that's amazing, right? Like, can you fit 500 people in this room? Heck no. But we always are judging ourselves. Oh, I only got 500 views, or I only got 100 views. I can't fit 100 people here. Or I only got 50 views. I can't fit 50 people here, right? And even, like, oh, I only got 10 likes or 5 likes. Some of those content pieces, honestly, that get 5 or 10 likes are the ones that bring me in business. And I'm just sharing that with you because it's that detachment, right? Like, that has helped me stay consistent. But by the same token, right now at this time, I just needed some time to really take a moment to pause and reflect, because it has been really hard for me. I'm being honest and transparent. I'm a human being. And it's hard when people that you love are losing people that they love due to illnesses, and people that you love and you interact with on every month basis and you're doing all these amazing things with are getting sick. And it makes you know, and they're good people, and makes you, like, double think everything, right? At least for me. So that's where I've been at, and just really, like, be smart with your money. Like, right now, I'm not trying to buy new things if I don't have to, spend money unnecessarily if I don't have to. There's safety things, right? Like, like having a fence. Probably a safety thing when most of our neighbors have dogs or animals in our houses. So, but, buying a brand new $80,000 car. Yeah, that's probably not the smart move at this moment, right? Unless, like, yeah, it's not a smart move, like I just wouldn't do that right now, right? It just wouldn't be a smart move for myself. Right now it's probably not a smart move to go, buy a brand new ring, for $30,000, right? That's probably not a smart move. A smart move probably right now is just looking at how can I utilize at the best possibility and capability of the things that I do have. What I have in my business, what I have in my life, what I have, already in my stuff, like even with my color, right? When I do color, I utilize the product I already have so that I'm being, I'm reducing how much impact I'm doing to the environment. I'm also not overbuying or over consumerism, and I'm utilizing what I have. So that's my take on this whole over consumerism, how I'm navigating these economic changes. Thank you so much for tuning in. There'll be another episode this week, and I'll see you then.